Well, this is an interesting dilemma here we got from this mama who sent us this email, mail@kvjshow.com. She wants to know if she is wrong for trying to protect her kids from their own foul-mouthed grandfather. It says, we spent a decent amount of time with my in-laws as they live very close. My father-in-law has no filter, though, and he swears more than Samuel L. Jackson. I make comments about it, and I ask him to stop. However, he still does it. I know our oldest son is picking it up and will even say, well, Grandpa says it. My husband's tried to talk to him as well, but he's not changed his behavior in the least. In fact, if anything, he's probably increased the level of profanity. Now my kid has been kicked out of summer camp for repeated use of the F word. I was irate and embarrassed. So I told my husband that there are no more unsupervised visits with Grandpa. And if we are with him and he keeps swearing, just know we're going to pick up and we're going to leave. My husband says I'm being a bit ridiculous and says, don't make a big deal out of nothing. But is getting kicked out of a summer camp for swearing when you're 7 not a big deal?
It is a big deal, but it's the kid's fault. The kid is the problem. You got to talk to your kid about how we speak out in public. Grandpa's not doing it right, and your kid's not doing it right. If you're out in public and people hear you cursing like that and you're a little kid, the kid needs to be held responsible for the kid's bad behavior.
Okay.
You think you're going to change Grandpa at this age?
Well, you're not going to change Grandpa, that's for sure. No one changes after the age of 50. It's science, Kevin. But the parents I just knew at my house, we swore a lot, and my parents always gave us the talk. We only talk this way in here. At the house. When you leave, we don't drop F-bombs. We don't. They beat that into our head, and you knew not to do it.
Yes.
Not all the kids knew that, but
it can be done.
So the strategy is don't try to deal with Grandpa. Try to deal with your own kid and say, you cannot say that. And you will be held accountable. You're responsible for what comes out of your mouth. And just because you hear something doesn't mean you do it. It's kind of like bad behavior. If you see somebody acting badly, it doesn't mean that you have permission to do it, even if it's one of your elders.
I still say something to Grandpa. I mean, come on. You got to be able to talk to your family members, especially if they're doing something that's uncomfortable behavior. I say something, but I'm not expecting the world to change. But at least you go to bed knowing you had the talk with Grandpa. You gave him a chance to clean it up. There's a chance he's not going to clean it up, but you at least tried.
Okay. All right. So deal with the kid. You can't deal with Grandpa. What are you going to do? Put Grandpa on timeout?
He's going to tell you to F yourself.
Yeah. Well, you can tell that it's summertime and kids are bored and they're causing all kind of problems for their parents. This one says, yes, I am afraid that my son is going to blow up the house.
Uh-oh.
My 10-year-old son is obsessed with science experiments. It started with a basic chemistry kit, but now I've noticed him taking my cleaning supplies and mixing them together.
Oh, that can be dangerous.
I have told him that he is forbidden to use anything dangerous, but to be honest, I don't even think I know what that is. So what cleaning supplies do I now need to start locking up?
All of them. Kids should not be playing with cleaning supplies.
Yeah.
If you mix even just like a couple of them together, you can make a bomb. You can poison yourself, poison the air.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, so I don't know. Like, is it only cleaning supplies, or are there other things that you could have in your house that could be dangerous that you may not realize, like Epsom salts? I don't know. Can you mix that with something and kaboom?
If you mix it with gasoline and lighters.
I saw someone doing one of those TikTok challenges, and she had a soda and she put something in it. I can't even remember what it was. And then stirred it up, and she was waiting too close by it, and it blew up in her face. And thank God they didn't show all that, but they had the story. I guess it's one of those PSAs that they're doing for clicks, shares, and likes, where they talked about apparently she suffered significant facial damage from it. And this is somebody that is doing that. I think that's probably why this mom is alarmed, and I think every parent should at least be aware of some of these challenges that are happening that has kids mixing dangerous things together because you shouldn't be doing it. First of all, it's very dangerous stuff.
I mean, the first question should be, is that girl okay? But it's not. The first question is, did she get more subscribers?
Yeah, she did. She did, but I think her vision's affected. She can't really see it. You got to tell her.
She's scrolling in her hospital bed.
But tell you what, though, those numbers, they're going up, baby.
Absolutely.